Welcome to Lesson 5 of Beginner Crochet. In this lesson, we'll be looking at the treble crochet stitch in the UK, or double crochet in the US. It's the same stitch, but the UK and the US have different terminology. We'll look at using a turning chain of 3 and a turning chain of 2, as either can be used. You should know how to make a chain, but please watch Lesson 1 if you need to refresh your memory. I've made a chain of 10. Now I'll add 2 more for the height of the stitch. Our first stitch will be made into the third chain. Yarn over and push your hook into the chain. There is 1 strand of the chain, 1 strand from the yarn over, and 1 strand from the loop on the hook, so 3 strands in total. Yarn over and pull your hook back through the chain. There are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, leaving 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over again and pull through 2 loops to close the stitch. There's 1 loop left on the hook. Our first stitch is made. Yarn over and push your hook into the next chain. Yarn over and bring your hook back through. There are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and bring the hook back through 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops, leaving 1 loop on the hook. Yarn over and push your hook into the next chain. Yarn over and bring your hook back through. Yarn over and bring the hook back through 2 loops. Yarn over again and pull through 2 loops to close the stitch. So with a treble stitch, yarn over before going into the work, then pull through 2 loops twice. To help keep good tension, remember to pinch the chain as you push the hook in. Hold the base of the stitch as you pull through the first time and hold a little higher up for the second pull through. We now have 5 stitches. As always, check that there is slack coming from the ball and that your loops are even before closing the stitch. Use the middle finger of your hook hand on the loops to help position them. Now for the 10th stitch in the last chain. So the first row is finished. These are our 10 stitches. And at the end here is the turning chain, which isn't counted. We'll work into the first stitch because the chain isn't counted. The last stitch is made in the final stitch of the previous row. I've already chained 2 and turned my work. The V's will put 2 strands over the hook. Yarn over and insert your hook into the first stitch. There are 2 loops plus the V strands over the hook. Yarn over and pull the loop back through the stitch. There are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through 2 of the loops, which leaves 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through the remaining loops to close the stitch. There's 1 loop left on the hook. Yarn over and insert your hook into the next stitch. Yarn over and pull the loop back through the stitch. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over again and pull through both loops, leaving 1 loop on the hook. The stitches are made exactly the same as row 1. Continue working along the row, remembering to keep your tension consistent. I'll speed up a little to show the placement of the last stitch. This is the top of the 10th stitch, so we'll make our stitch here. And row 2 is finished. I'll just have a quick stitch count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're not counting our turning chain. The following rows are made exactly the same as row 2. Chain 2, turn the work, and start in the first stitch. And just continue making treble stitches, or US double stitches. I've made 12 chains. The turning chain of 3 is counted as a stitch, so I have 9 chains plus the 3 for the stitch. We'll start in the 4th chain from the hook. One treble or US double stitch made. Continue making the stitches as usual. So I finished row 1. We've got 10 stitches plus the turning chain. We'll be starting in the 2nd stitch and ending in the turning chain. Chain 3 and turn your work. The chain 3 is counted as the first stitch, so we'll need to work in the 2nd stitch. I'll skip to the end again. The 10th stitch is worked into the turning chain. And row 2 is finished. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches, and the turning chain is the 10th. The next rows are started the same. Chain 3, turn, and work into the 2nd stitch. The pattern calls for a 4mm hook and uses about 8 grams of acrylic double knit yarn. The swatch is just over 6 inches in height and 4 inches in width. The gauge is 2 rows by 4 stitches per inch. Here are the chart symbols and stitch names in both UK and US terms, along with the abbreviations. This swatch has 15 stitches and 14 rows. The turning chain of 3 is the first stitch. All the instructions state chain 17 and make a treble in the 4th chain from the hook, followed by 14 more trebles. So there is a turning chain of 3 plus the 14 stitches for a total 15 trebles. I've made 14 chains, now 3 for the turning chain. Start in the 4th chain. That's our first treble but 2nd stitch. Now just carry on making 14 stitches along the chain. I'll leave you to finish this row and meet you at the end. Row 1 is finished. Let's do a quick stitch count. The turning chain is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Now for row 2. Chain 3 and turn. Skip the stitch at the base of the chain and work into the 2nd one. Now just carry on working into each stitch and I'll see you for the last one. Work the last stitch into the turning chain. Okay, that's the end of row 2. For rows 3 to 14, simply repeat row 2. You can pause the video to keep the instructions up on screen or download the pattern using the link in the description. Remember to like and subscribe. In Lesson 6 we'll learn how to add a border to lay a foundation for a decorative edge.